So I get this question all the time. Is this okay to have this desire? Am I weird? Am I strange? Is my partner going to think I'm nuts? I'm Leanna Walden, and I bring sexual exploration to millions of couples all over the world. I am right now located in the beautiful Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Gorgeous city, as you can see. Gorgeous day. Sitting out here on the deck, talking to you about desires. Desires. What about the desire to just live in the most fantastic place ever? We all have desires. We all have many, many desires. And let's talk today about our sexual desires. Imagine every single person has a different kind of desire, a different way of expressing or wanting to express that desire, a different kind of feeling when they have certain kinds of desires. So we're all very individualistic about what turns us on. Yes, there are specific desires that are bigger than others, and I'm going to talk about some of the biggest fantasy desires that exist out there. Even within those desires, we all want to express them in different kinds of ways. We have different scenarios that we want to play out. We have different kind of fantasy role play ideas that we want to play out. There's so many different complexities within each of the desires. So you have to understand that your desire is very unique and specific to you. Now, the short answer to whether your desires that you have are okay is yes. We are all very unique individuals. There are billions of people on this planet, and everybody has desires. What it comes down to is that we are all sexual beings. We come from a sexual expression, a form of exploration. Because you grow up as an adult, and eventually you explore having a child, creating a baby. This is a form of sexual expression. Our sexual energy is also our creative energy. So to create a child is the creative energy, and that creative energy stays within your body, in men and women, all people. And it is part of your creation in the world, your imagination, your unique desires, your ability to do things that are very, very unique to the world. Our sexual energy is also our life force energy, okay? So this means that this energy that we use to create babies is powerful energy that when we use it in our body, when we move it around in our body, when we allow it to move through our body and move out of our body and circulate in our body, it brings us youthfulness, it brings us longevity, it brings us a healthier body, mind. It has a lot of powerful qualities. There are many, many more things you can do as you enter into this sexual dimension. So part of this are your desires. They sit in this sexual energy. The desires, the things that turn you on, the things that get you excited, the things that you would love to explore. So any kind of sexual desires or fantasies that you have are okay. They're okay. It's okay to use your imagination and to feel those kinds of desires within your body. When it starts to change is when you want to express them, you have to make sure that it is happening in a consensual manner. Okay, whether it's with your partner or your lover or whoever it happens to be, it has to be consensual. And in the realm of consensuality, it can be anything as well. Anything can be expressed. As long as the two of you, three of you, four of you, whoever you're expressing them with, know and agree to consensual play. Most people have sexual desires. Sometimes you're at a low around what you feel sexually, or maybe you're asexual, but most people have some type of sexual desires. And when we come together in a relationship, it's because this gives us an opportunity to play with somebody, to go to get intimate with someone, to go deeper with somebody, to express what we are really feeling at a deeper level and feel safe as well. Now, just to let you know, I am still doing my interview process for the next few weeks in January. So if you haven't had an interview with me, please sign up. First link in the description below. This is for men who are looking to sexually explore and would like have a partner, a long-term relationship. I would like to talk to you, and I would like to find out more information from you. So sign up for an interview as soon as possible so that I can finish this off and get to the juicy stuff that I'm creating. Now, what do you do with these desires? They've been sitting in you for a long time. You feel like you're getting anxious, you're getting frustrated, you don't know what to do with them. Maybe you're sitting on porn a lot, trying to kind of express it through that, but you really want to find a way that you can express them, or at least talk about it with somebody. Now, if you're in an intimate relationship, or you have a very close friend of some sort, it is so healthy to express what is going on, to let it out, okay? Talk about it. You will be absolutely surprised to find out how maybe your friend or your wife or your husband or your partner also has some kind of desires that they would like to express. When you can express these kinds of deeper feelings to other people, especially to your intimate partner, you are becoming closer with each other. You are creating a deeper bond with that person. You are becoming vulnerable, yes, but that vulnerability brings more intimacy in a relationship. Sometimes just releasing it and talking about it is enough, but sometimes it releases it and then it's like, oh, okay, now let's talk about it. Let's find out a way that we can actually make this happen in a physical, realistic sense. But it also allows you to move on to the next step, right? Because if you're just holding on to it and you're not allowing your desire to move through your system, move out energetically, then it can start, and I see this with people all the time, it can start to fester inside of you. It can start to become so big that you might cause illness within your body. You will have anxiety, depression, all sorts of stress-related problems. So if you cannot say it you cannot reveal it at the moment to your partner, the other thing you can do is write it down maybe and give them a written form, or tell a really good friend that you feel really comfortable with and really safe with, so that you have an opportunity to, it's like something being bottled in with a cork on it, and there's so much pressure in that bottle that bottle is almost ready to explode. You let the cork off, take the cork out, boom, like champagne. It's the champagne year, right? Take off the cork, let the champagne come out, let the desires come out, drink the champagne, enjoy this new feeling of release, and of just, release, letting the release of that energy out. I want to tell you a couple of fantasies, desires that people have that are sort of the biggest ones that seem to exist out there after studies with thousands of people. Now, the first one comes around to rough sex or domination. This is a huge fantasy, a desire that people have. They want to feel more. People want to engage in sort of deeper kinds of connection with each other. And so the roughness brings in that deepness. This is an umbrella of, BDSM, kink play, role play, anything where there's a difference between the two of you. There's sort of a control factor. There's a polarity that's going on, masculine and feminine energy polarity. And that doesn't mean that, male and female. It means masculine, feminine energy polarity. The feminine energy being the one that submits and lets go and receives whatever they're about to receive, and the masculine energy being the one being the energy directed, giving, serving, coming up with the plan kind of energy. And so that polarity creates a real dynamic within the relationship. And people desire it, people want it, people fantasize about it, and maybe you do too. Do you? This is where the psychological kind of play comes in, and we enter into the adult playground, where our brains are a huge sexual part of who we are, and we want to stimulate that brain wave. We want to, first of all, put in the ideas into each other, and for us to sort of create that fantasy together, and then we start to feel it in our bodies, and we start to connect in an energetic way. So it's a psychological play that we start with, and then we embody the energy and we start to feel it more and deeply within our bodies as we become these different characters, and we play out these different scenes where one is dominant and one is submissive. So the second most desired sort of fantasy that exists is multi-partner play. And I think that actually this number 1 and 2, the domination, control play, rough play, and the multi-partner play kind of goes back and forth. I've seen studies that show that multi-partner play is number 1, and studies that show that rough play, domination is number 1. But I think that these two are at the top, right? So multi-partner play is like threesomes, group play, orgies, couple swapping, anything where there's more than one, non-monogamous play. People are interested to know, what is it like to bring another person into our coupledom? What does that feel like? This is a huge desire that many of us have, and it's okay. It's okay to express these desires. It's okay to feel these desires. It's okay to tell your partner about these desires. It's okay to then find a way that you can play them out. If you haven't had an interview with me for the research that I'm doing, and you're in a long-term relationship, you're a man in a long-term relationship, please sign up for an interview. I'd love to have a quick chat with you, 20-minute chat. Sign up in the first link in the description below. I'm going to be finishing this very soon. So thank you so much for being here. Welcome to 2025. So excited for all of the new things that are going to come about. And let's keep chatting, exploring, opening up our bodies and our hearts and feeling at a deeper level who we are as sexual beings. Much love making.